Right friends, welcome back to questions and answers 34th week. This week is from 17th August to 23rd August, and from this week onwards the questions which require more explanation or which require some sort of detailed analysis are categorized under questions and answers advanced, and the questions which involve mostly facts are put under questions and answers general and banking. So there will be two parts as usual from this week, but the questions and answers which require more analysis, that means the questions which require more analysis are categorized under questions and answers advanced, and factual questions or the questions which do not require much explanation are categorized under questions and answers general and banking, right? So let us look at the first question of this week. Khaled al-Assad, 82-year-old scholar who looked after the ancient ruins of Roman era Palmyra, was reportedly killed by ISIS, name the country. And one more thing I would like to tell you, lot of information is given on this PPT. The information, you can go through this. If I omit some information, you can still go through the information given in the PPT, and this information is started from this week onwards, and this information will be useful to you to understand the question in its entire perspective, right? So here Khaled al-Assad, 82-year-old scholar who looked after the ancient ruins of Roman era Palmyra, was reportedly killed by ISIS. ISIS recently killed Khaled al-Assad. He was associated with the site of, or you can say antiquities of this Roman era of Palmyra site, which contained Baal Shaman temple, and he looked after the ruins, and this Palmyra site is World Heritage Site, and this temple was constructed probably in the 1st century AD. And here the architecture is Greco-Roman with Persian influence, and there were news reports that he was pressurized to show the hidden treasures under Palmyra temple, but he refused to oblige to the ISIS. That's why he was killed subsequently. So please don't forget, Palmyra is the important World Heritage Site, and the person who looked after the ruins for 40 years was killed by ISIS, and subsequently ISIS also blasted Baal Shaman temple. Please don't forget. Right friends, look into the next question. This is on behalf of Indian consumers. Government of India or Consumer Affairs Ministry, you can say, filed a complaint against Nestle India at the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. As per the Consumer Protection Act 1986, there will be National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission at the national level. There will be National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission at national level, and at the same time there will be State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission at the state level, and there will be district level forums. And district level forums will look into the complaints up to rupees 20 lakhs, and the state level forums will look into the complaints more than 20 lakhs and up to rupees 1 crore. And if the complaint or if the compensation asked for is more than rupees 1 crore, you have to approach National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. All of you are well aware about Maggie case, and in this case central government, or you can say Consumer Affairs Ministry, asked compensation of rupees 640 crores. That is 10% of the previous year's sales of Maggi noodles, as well as punitive damages. One is 10% of the sales of last year's Maggi products, and specifically Maggi noodles, and the second issue is punitive damages. You may ask, what is punitive damages? The damages claimed will be more than the actual damage to act as deterrent for the defaulter. Here Nestle India is the defaulter and Nestle India was asked to pay rupees 355 crores as punitive damages. And please don't forget, punitive damages are the damages asked for, and they will act only as a deterrent not to commit such type of lapse in future, and the total compensation as claimed by the Consumers Affairs Ministry is 640 crores of rupees, right? But Nestle India says that there is no added MSG. Last time we discussed about this what is MSG and what is problem with Maggi in our previous lectures, and please listen to them. And they say that lead is within permissible limits and no added MSG, right? Look into the next question. After 18 years of legal battle in Uphaar cinema case, you may ask, where is Uphaar cinema? Uphaar cinema is in Delhi in the year 1997 due to the alleged negligence of the theatre management or the picture hall management. 59 people lost their lives. There was a fire in the cinema hall when the picture Border was screened in the year 1997. People could not escape because extra seats were put. These were the allegations against the cinema hall, and after 18 years of a legal battle, Supreme Court gave its judgment with a fine of just 60 crores and no imprisonment to the owners of picture hall. That led to a lot of criticism from several quarters, right? So this Uphaar cinema theatre, for which the legal wrangle went on for 18 years, is in Delhi, right friends? Look into the next question. Government has recently removed the restriction of prior referral category status to the citizens of a country. The answer here is Iran. What is meant by prior referral category? If the citizens of that country apply for visa, then it will be referred to Intelligence Bureau as well as Research and Analysis Wing. It may be referred to Intelligence Bureau as well as the Research and Analysis Wing, and at the same time several background checks will be conducted before granting visa, that is prior referral category. Some of the countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh are in prior referral category. That means if any Pakistani citizen applies for visa to come to India, several background checks will be done and the case will be normally handed over to Intelligence Bureau. Now, the government of India decided to remove Iran from the prior referral category, right? So the answer here is Iran. Because of the just concluded nuclear deal, government took this decision. Look into the next one. Hydel power plants up to a capacity of 25 megawatt are classified under small hydropower. Please don't forget, Hydel power plants up to 25 megawatt are classified under small hydropower. And please don't forget, the government's target is by the year 2022, government intends to produce 1 lakh megawatt of solar energy, 60,000 megawatt of wind energy, 10,000 megawatt of bioenergy and 5,000 megawatt of small hydropower. And I would like to give you further classification. If the production capacity of Hydel power plant is up to 100 kilowatt, that means 0.1 megawatt, they are called micro hydel projects. And if the production capacity is more than 100 kilowatt and up to 2000 kilowatt or 2 megawatt, these are categorized as mini hydel power plants. And from more than 2 megawatt up to 25 megawatt, they are categorized as small hydropower. And I would like to tell you one more thing. these small hydropower projects, that means up to 25 megawatt capacity, are looked after by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy looks into small hydropower projects, whereas other hydropower projects, that means power projects more than 25 megawatt capacity, are looked after by Ministry of Power, right? Is it clear? Let us look at the next one. Kyaukayu deep water port is coming up. This is coming up in Myanmar with the Chinese assistance. Please look into this picture. It will be very clear to you. China is planning to build Gwadar port to Kashgar. Please look into the picture. With that, they can carry oil directly into the interior China. Mainly oil is taken from the Persian Gulf. Persian Gulf is the Gulf region between Iran and Arabian Peninsula. Please look into the picture. Oil is drained out through Hormuz Strait. We discussed in the previous classes. Through Hormuz Strait, oil comes out of that Gulf region or Persian Gulf region, and subsequently at present it is transported through Malacca Straits. Please look into the picture. It is now transported through Malacca Straits, and China is coming up with two projects. One is Gwadar port in Pakistan, because of which it can take oil and other resources to the interior China. And second is it is coming up with the port in Myanmar. And please look into the picture. With this port, it can easily go to interior China and it will open another trade route, right? Once this port is constructed, then some of the traffic which is now passing through Malacca Straits can go through this port, right? Look into the next one. Government of India cleared an outlay of 493 crores for India BPO Promotion Scheme. That means the purpose of this India BPO Promotion Scheme is creating 48,300 seats with 3 shifts. Creating 48,300 seats with 3 shifts, that means BPOs. BPO seats, or you can say this BPO jobs will be created. That means total 48,300 seats will be distributed among the states depending on the population, and for this purpose central government is giving 493 crores of rupees basically to create jobs, right? To create BPO jobs. Look into the next one. First Lady Supra Mukherjee passed away recently. She was born in Bangladesh. Her ancestral home is in Bhadrabila in Narail district of Bangladesh. She was born in Jessore, now in Bangladesh. And please don't forget, she was an accomplished Rabindra Sangeet exponent also. Right friends, look into the next one. In addition to Haryana, name the other state which formed a special authority to search for Saraswati river. This Saraswati river mention was made in Rigveda and ancient literatures. A book was also written by a famous Indologist Michael Danino. The name of the book is The Lost River on the Trail of the Saraswati. He wrote this book, and he also suggested that partial revival of Saraswati is possible in the upper reaches with the massive reforestation of Shivalik hills. You may ask, where is Shivalik hills? Shivalik hills are the lower range of Himalayas. And at the same time, with water harvesting in the plains, this Saraswati river can be restored in the upper reaches as per this book. Right? Now, Rajasthan government started an authority to look into the search for Saraswati river. Previously, Haryana government started the authority, and now Rajasthan is the second government to start an authority for search of this Saraswati river. Look into the next question. Name the High Court which ordered a retest of Maggi noodles by 3 accredited laboratories. recently Bombay High Court stated that it gave permission to the Nestle India to test Maggi noodles in 3 accredited laboratories at Hyderabad, Mohali and Jaipur. And it also felt that sufficient opportunity was not given to Nestle India before banning Maggi noodles. That is one point. Second point is, at these 3 laboratories, the results should be submitted within 6 weeks. Right? So, Bombay High Court ordered a retest of Maggi noodles. The Expenditure Management Commission is in favor of extending DBT scheme for kerosene and food within 3 years. Already, DBT or Direct Benefit Transfer scheme is available for LPG. You are purchasing LPG at market price and subsequently money will be transferred into your account. That is a direct benefit transfer for LPG, otherwise known as PAHAL. Right? And now the Expenditure Management Commission is in favor of extending DBT scheme, that means a similar scheme for kerosene and food within the next 3 years, basically to reduce the subsidies. If it is linked to direct benefit transfer, leakages can be plugged. That is one advantage. The second advantage is duplication and wastage and malpractices will be eliminated. And this Expenditure Management Commission was constituted with the chairman Bimal Jalan, and please don't forget the other 2 members are Sumit Bose and Subir Gokarn. And please don't forget the target for fiscal deficits. For this year it is 3.9% of gross domestic product, and for next year 3.4%, and by the year 2017-18 government will restrict this fiscal deficit to 3% of GDP, that is as per this year's budget. And to rationalize subsidies, to reduce subsidies, this Expenditure Management Commission basically to give suggestions with regard to the expenditure management, this committee was constituted. Please don't forget. Center hikes minimum export price of onions from $425 per metric ton to $700 per metric ton. In the month of June, it hiked from $250 to $425. And this month, it again hiked to $700 per metric ton. What is the reason for hiking this? The reason for hiking this is to control price rise in our country. That means to make exports of onions uncompetitive abroad. If the minimum export price is raised, onions will become uncompetitive abroad. That way, they can check the price rise in our country. All of you are well aware that in recent times, the prices of onions increased. They touched around 100 rupees a kg, and to control domestic price rise, the government of India once again hiked minimum export price. And please don't forget, minimum export price is hiked to control price rise domestically by making exports uncompetitive in the world market. Right? Remaining things I have given in this PPT, please go through them. In recent floods, Noa-Dihing river changed its course and threatening Namsai township. Name the state we are talking about. Here I would like to tell you one point, that is, in recent floods, 2 states are badly affected. One of them is Assam, the other one is Arunachal Pradesh, and the rivers which caused damage in Arunachal Pradesh are Lohit and Noa-Dihing. So Lohit and Noa-Dihing rivers caused damage. Please don't forget, these 2 rivers are in Arunachal Pradesh. Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev has recently visited Kuri Islands. They are the bone of contention between Russia and Japan. All of you are well aware, in the year 1945, Japan lost in the Second World War. At that time, Russia occupied these islands. Please look into this picture. These islands are situated close to Japan in the Pacific Ocean, and these islands, Japan called them as northern territories. They are under occupation of Russia for the past 70 years. Because of the occupation of Kuri Islands by Russia, no peace treaty was signed between these two countries subsequent to Second World War. Right? So, the Kuri Islands is the bone of contention between Russia and Japan. Please don't forget. For space launches, Russia depends on Baikonur Cosmodrome. Name the country where Baikonur Cosmodrome is situated. This is situated in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan was a part of the then USSR. USSR was in existence up to 1991, and Kazakhstan was a part of the then USSR, and subsequent to the formation of Kazakhstan, this cosmodrome has gone to Kazakhstan, and Russia is now building its own spaceport at Vostochny. Please don't forget, right? Look into the next question. Ratley hydroelectric power project is the bone of contention between India and Pakistan. This Ratley hydroelectric power project, this is coming up on Chenab River. The then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh laid the foundation stone to be completed by 2018. It is on Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir, and Pakistan raised objection. And please don't forget, there is a treaty exists between India and Pakistan, that is Indus Water Treaty of 1960, right? Look into the next one. To increase the safety, 20,000 coaches in Indian Railways will be fitted with CCTV surveillance cameras at a cost of rupees 700 crore. This will be derived from Nirbhaya Fund. I would like to tell you a few things. Nirbhaya Fund exists. This fund was created in the year 2013, announced in the year 2013, and at present around 3,000 crore rupees corpus is available. And two things I would like to tell you about the Nirbhaya Fund. This Nirbhaya Fund is maintained by Women and Child Development Ministry, that is the nodal agency. Second important point is, this fund is meant for safety and security of women, right? And to increase safety, 20,000 coaches in Indian Railways will be fitted with CCTV surveillance cameras at a cost of rupees 700 crore. This will be derived from Nirbhaya Fund. Please don't forget the issues with regard to Nirbhaya Fund. Look into the next one. Name the country which opened its embassy in Tehran after a gap of 4 years. Nowadays, European countries are coming to Iran to seize the business opportunities, and they are improving the relations with Iran. After the signing of this nuclear treaty, please don't forget, P5+1 recently signed a nuclear treaty with Iran, and now United Kingdom opened its embassy after a gap of 4 years in Iran, right? Look into the next one. Name the country which ordered to seal its borders and declared a state of emergency in view of the arrival of at least 2,000 migrants a day. It is Macedonia, right? Where is Macedonia? Please look into this picture. And there is lot of migration taking place because of the prevailing situation in Middle East as well as some African countries, and we are going to discuss in detail in news analysis about this migration in Middle East as well as North African region of the world. Look into the next one. Gap is widening between WPI and CPI based inflations. This is primarily due to the fact that in the WPI is wholesale price index, CPI is consumer price index. Nowadays, gap is widening. Wholesale price index is in negative territory, and consumer price index is around 3 to 4%. There is a gap of around 7%. Why this gap is increasing? Because of the weightage given in the indices. If you look at wholesale price index, more weightage is given for manufactured goods. Whereas, if you look at consumer price index, more weightage is given for food and services. In consumer price index, more weightage is given for food and services, whereas in wholesale price index more weightage is given for manufactured goods. That's why the gap is widening. Right? Sometime we will discuss in detail about wholesale price index and consumer price index in future. Right? Nowadays, several people are talking about 13th Constitution Amendment. This pertains to Sri Lanka. This is giving more powers to the various regions in the country. So, 13th Constitution Amendment pertains to Sri Lanka. Please don't forget. Look at the last question. RBI allowed banks to reschedule crop loans if the crop loss is 33% or more. If the crop loss is 33% or more, then RBI advised banks to reschedule the crop loans. RBI advised if the crop loss is 33%, then it has to be rescheduled. That means the maximum period of repayment is 2 years, and if the crop loss is 50% or more, the maximum period of repayment is 5 years. And I included this question only to tell you a point. Recently, the Prime Minister announced that farmers are eligible for compensation if the crop loss is 33%. Previously, it was 50%. The Prime Minister reduced it to 33%. That point I would like to communicate through this question, right? So, whatever the RBI guidelines I have given here in this PPT, please go through them, right? Please do join for questions and answers, general and banking, and have a nice day. Thank you.